I am Dyana Rozay, and I bring a unique commentary to your favorite reality TV shows and whatever is popping on social media. If you are not a subscriber, please become one. Hit that notification bell too, that way you don't miss any of my videos. I go by Dyana Rozay on all platforms, and I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me. What's up, Supreme Team, and welcome to the channel. You guys, this is my review for Real Housewives of Potomac. I got some behind the scenes tea for y'all, so stick around for that. Let's see, we're going to do a short summary of season 6 and then the full review for season 7 because I missed season 6. But either way, y'all hit my like button, share this video, please and thank you. Okay, I appreciate y'all for rocking with me, and let's get into it. We are going to start with the behind the scenes tea first, okay? Let me get my picture up. Let's start with Ashley and Michael Darby, y'all. They are finally headed to divorce court after 2 years of separation, okay? Y'all remember on the show for this season, Ashley said that they were in mediation, and it looks like everything has been worked out. They know exactly what's going to happen. They've pushed those papers to the court, and they just need the judge to grant their divorce, it looks like. Michael, who has not been on the show for the last 2 or 3 seasons, decided to give TMZ a ring, okay, and tell them that the divorce was amicable, that they're pretty much in alignment with the prenup. And if you watch the show, you know that that prenup did not slant in Ashley's favor. She attempted to get him to sign a second prenup, which would have offered her anything, because I don't think the first prenup offered her. I think she decided in that first prenup not to take any money from him, okay, because she wanted to show that she loved him. But she tried to offer a second prenup, and the second prenup was asking for money after a certain amount of time and things like that. He never signed it, though. Michael was gloating and talking to TMZ and saying that the prenup stayed intact. Okay, that you should know. Michael is also going to participate 50-50 with child custody. Okay. I don't know how many times he was married before. I think 2 times before. He had children from those marriages. And I believe that the children has come out and said he was not that great of a father, or that he wasn't there, but he will be there 50% of the time for the children that he shares with Ashley. So it sounds like he really didn't want to give her any money at all. And we're going to talk a little bit more about it, because Ashley has a conversation with her mama in episode 7 where the two of them were speaking in code, and I caught it. Okay, so go on ahead and stick around for that review. All right, let's move on to the next bit of tea that y'all should hear. Let's talk about Wendy. Y'all know Wendy is an overachiever child. So she is out here doing big things at Wesleyan University, where she has been named the distinguished professor over there. Okay. Now on the show this season, she quit her job at Johns Hopkins, where she was a full-time tenured professor, I believe. And she did that on the show. She showed herself typing up her resignation and hitting send. And she was like, oh my God, did I just do that? Well, in case anybody thought that she was starved or hurt for money, you don't have to look any further than that big ass wedding ring that she has on her finger. It takes up half of her face. She's doing fine, okay? And she is still being a visiting professor at other universities. You guys, she is actually teaching a groundbreaking course over there at Wesleyan called The Sociology of Reality TV. Go figure, okay? Moving on, let's talk about Mia and Ink, child. That's the last RHOP story I got right now. Mia is being dragged all over social media following Saturday night's episode, okay? They cannot stand Mia. Mia is the type of woman that your mama and your daddy warned you about, okay? If you are a man, you are looking for a woman, you know, people tell you, stay away from this type of woman. It's Mia. It's definitely Mia. I know Karen said on the show, episode 6, Mia will step on Jesus to get a leg up. And baby, I don't think she's lying either, okay? Now, if y'all remember in my previous review, I said that Mia was creeping me out because she keeps saying things about what Gordon is doing to her and how she was in this horrible relationship and she's about to confess and tell all about the abuse and whatnot. However, now I'm not going to say that she's lying because, it didn't sound like Gordon denied some of the things she accused him of when they were on stage at the reunion. And Gordon did say that he had the worst diagnosis of bipolar that you could have. Okay. But I thought it odd that Mia would be flaunting her relationship with Ink in front of Gordon. Like, what do you want the man to do if he's already fighting for his mental health? Right. And other people have peeped it, and she is getting dragged. Period. Okay. Someone said that Mia needs to be on Zeus because this shit is beneath housewives. Someone else said, I really dislike how Mia is trying to make Gordon look. That's probably a friend of Giselle and Karen's because both of them have come out and said that. Someone else said that Gordon doesn't need to film to be a good co-parent and that Mia trapped him into this conversation. So they're saying that Mia is using Gordon for the show. That's a strong possibility. And someone else saw it a little differently. They said that Gordon is spilling all of Mia's tea and that they are here for it. And is. Gordon says some stuff at the end of this episode. I was like, Gordon is like, you out here talking about me, heifer, and what I'm doing. Let's talk about what you're doing. Gordon spilled all of Mia's tea. This person who wrote it out said that Mia is truly a horrible woman, and Ink was trying to play innocent when Gordon had mentioned the termination of a pregnancy. Okay. So anyway, y'all could go over to Jasmine Brand if you would like to read even more about those subjects, about those tweets. But we're going to get into the summary of episode 6 real fast. It shouldn't take more than 5 minutes, and then we'll get into episode 7. So episode 6, y'all remember, or 5, it ended with the girls coming to Karen and saying, listen, Mia and Jacqueline said that you need to go to Betty Ford, okay? Dry out for a good 90 to 120 days, okay? You are a drunk. They play that theme out every episode. Drink all the ginger ale, all the water, all the coffee you want, but you're still drunk. And I'm going to tell y'all something. And you tell me if you saw this too. In the episode when Karen comes down the stairs, did Karen look a little tipsy? When she comes down and they confront her about what Mia and Jacqueline said about her needing to go to Betty Ford, did she seem a little tipsy, like she might have hit something in her luggage and she was upstairs drinking? I don't want no problems. This is all alleged. She just seemed, I remember her having her glasses on and she keeps doing these weird things with her eyes. And it was giving me just a little buzzed, okay? But does that matter? After they tell Karen this, Karen is cool as a damn cucumber. And she said, just because Mia had to go to rehab for her opioid addiction does not mean I do, okay? She basically said that Mia was popping pills like crazy. She had to go to rehab. Everybody in the room throw their hands up like, Karen, come on now. They are pissed. They don't believe her. They literally was pushing back at her like, Karen, you too, both you and Mia are doing way too much, okay? It was Jazzy, Kiarna, and Stacy. None of them believed her. Two-faced ass Ashley was also sitting in the room. She threw her hands up too, but she really just wanted to get the tea to take it back to the girls, because if Ashley is nothing else, she's two-faced and a snitch. Okay, let's not forget that. In the next part of this synopsis, this short summary, who am I talking about? Let's talk about Jazzy real quick, child, because all of Jazzy's beans got spilled on episode 6. It looks like her boyfriend, Darius, he's a football player for the Kansas City Chiefs. He is also a Rolling Stone in his free time. Wherever he lays his pipe is his home. And that man had 2 women pregnant at the same time. And it looks like Jazzy came in on the rear and he may have had all 3 of them, okay, at the same time. That's what it looks like. Okay, so I don't know what's what, but one of the baby mamas came out and said, I was fully pregnant and Jazzy knew it. And Jazzy knew that we were together before she came on in there and snatched him up. Okay. Now, Jazzy vehemently denies all of this. However, this lady went to social media to play Jazzy like a fiddle. Okay. It's out there now. Ain't shit you can do. It is what it is. And we will see what happens next. But they are a cute couple, Jazzy and this guy Darius. They look very good together. And she is, you can tell she's in love, okay? She's very, very smitten with her man, her man, her man. Speaking of smitten, Stacy. Stacy is so horny for TJ that if he just touched her zipper, okay, she would gush all over the place. Okay. I don't know how she's allowed this man to get her in his face. She said that she's been celibate for a year. She's still married. They're trying to figure out their divorce. Her boyfriend, TJ, who she claims, and it sounds like TJ claims her, he refuses to have relations with her though, because he is a devout Christian. His devout Christianity has not stopped him from dating a married woman. Just having relations, okay? I don't want to get too graphic. The bottom line is Stacy got dragged by all the girls, especially Giselle. In episode 6, when Giselle found out that Stacy has not test drove, I think that was the metaphor she used, she was like, you got to play with the joystick, rub it up and down. She said, you got to play with the joystick, rub it up and down, shift it a little bit, get on it, bounce. She started talking all about it. She started giggling. But baby, when I tell you she dogged the hell out of Stacy, she said, there's no way in hell Stacy is dating a man that is in his, I think TJ is in his mid 60s, maybe early to mid 60s. Stacy looks like she is in her early 50s. So did I say that right? TJ looks like he's in his mid 60s, early to mid 60s. Stacy looks like she is in her early 50s. Hopefully that's correct. Stacy she's a beautiful woman. She looks amazing. But she's gonna have to release the pressure off them pipes. She's gonna have to take the pressure up off them pipes, okay? Because TJ is not, and he lets her know at every damn chance he gets, okay? And that's pretty much it. Let's get into episode 7. That was all the highlights that I can remember of episode 6. So it picks up with Stacy and TJ. They are in her little, I guess, bachelorette pad. She has a condo away from the house that she still shares with her husband. He's there, okay, visiting like a man who should not be, that if he's a devout Christian. They are painting photos of each other or pictures of each other. And Stacy is doing this very Little House on the Prairie Pollyanna flirting. And I do mean Pollyanna flirting. I have never seen anything like that from a grown-ass woman before. But she's all like, would you like some wine? And, trying to make him think that she is in the mood for something. And not that she wasn't. I'm sure she is. But he is painting his little drawing of Stacy. They're supposed to be painting of each other. And when I tell you this man was not going to bite, he was not going to bite. I don't care how much of that rope you dangle in front of my face. I will never take it, to the point of where he actually says to her on camera, I'm not going to sleep with you. And he's not saying it like, listen, we can't, you know what I'm saying? You're too tempting. I got to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like you're trying to trick me into something. You know how I feel about this, Stacy. I can't let you, bring me in. No, he didn't say any of that. Like, I'm going to tease you back, but let's just, play it out a little bit. He said point blank, hell no, I'm not going to sleep with you. To which Stacy goes, did you have to say it like that? Like, she gets so embarrassed, and then she'll laugh it off. And you can tell that it's happened so many times that she doesn't even realize how bad it looks. If she is watching this season with the rest of us, she has to be curling up in a fetal position, just dying of embarrassment. Oh my God. Anyway, Jesus Lord, please bring a man into Stacy's life that can take the pressure off of them pipes. Okay, let's all say that prayer. Amen. Amen. Okay. Giselle Karen and Ashley, they're the next people up. They have a little meetup just to, rehash the cabin incident and to talk about Mia really being out there on pills. Okay. Karen did get it wrong. Mia actually did not go to rehab. Mia OD'd, which is awful. Okay, I'm not making fun of that at all. She said that she had a C-section. She was given pills. She ended up getting addicted to the pills, and then ended up, finding herself in the hospital for weeks, is what she said. But Ashley and Giselle are basically trying to give it to Karen. What's going on, child? I heard you got this court date coming up. Are you scared? What are you doing to prepare? And Karen isn't giving it to nobody. She said, listen, the stuff that's going on with me is between my God and my lawyer, okay? Me and Jesus, not you. I won't tell y'all any damn thing. And they, I guess, piped down and got the point. But Karen said, instead of worrying about me and my business, how about I deflect a little bit? Giselle, what's going on with you and Pastor Brian? Okay. I hear that he is engaged, which means you can't pretend to be in a relationship with him anymore and have him come to the show as your fake ass boyfriend like you've done with the other fake ass boyfriends. And she was like, is there anybody else on the horizon, Giselle, that can play your boyfriend for next season? And Giselle basically said, listen, Karen, I don't have this shit time for you. Okay. She said, I know about Pastor Bryant getting married and I wish him well. Okay. If I told him all the time, if you are a politician or a pastor, you need to be married. I wish him a new birth all the blessings. Okay. And that's how that particular episode ended. We didn't learn anything from Ashley. I think she said something else about the mediation, but who gives a shit? I just gave y'all the real tea just a few minutes ago. Okay. What else is going on? Let's talk about Wendy a little bit. Wendy is celebrating her kids graduating from wherever their middle schools are, okay, whatever grades they're going into. And she is there with her husband and her mother. And I think it might have been another family member. I just don't remember who. But they ended up talking about Wendy's in-laws. Y'all know those in-laws. They sound like some dirty birdies, okay? They did not want Wendy and Eddie to get married. And they've pretty much abandoned them as a family. Okay. They were dead to them. They didn't come and see their grandchildren, who are, by the way, growing fast as weeds. They're in middle school right now, but they have never seen their grandchildren. They didn't, they don't celebrate any of their milestones and anniversaries or any family, including their own son, like him graduating law school and things like that. But they have since reached out, tried to, put out an olive branch and said they'd like to be there for her 40th birthday party. And we shall see what happens. It was interesting. Wendy's mother and Eddie's mother were actually very, very good friends. And I think one of the seasons they said that they heard through the grapevine, Eddie's parents were disgusted, I guess would be the best way to put it, disgusted with their choice to be on television. They said that it was an embarrassment to their culture for this woman to be on TV on a reality show. And now check it out. They're going to be on a reality show. So see how those wheels change, child. Them tables will turn in a heartbeat. You just never know. So anyway, I wish them the best. I am looking forward to seeing that scene because, it's a little family drama. I want to see what they got going on. Next up, we have Ashley and her mama, child. So let's get to this scene because I told y'all the divorce, it sounds like Michael gave that little quote to TMZ because he wanted people to know, I don't give a shit what they tell you on this show. The prenup stayed intact where Ashley gets nothing. Ashley has this scene with her mama. She comes visit Ashley at the house. The boys are there, Ashley's two sons. And Ashley and her mama start having this conversation in code where the mama's saying to her, I'm really happy that you are going through with the divorce. You deserve the best and all this stuff. And Ashley said, Mama, I appreciate that. And I feel the same way about you. If y'all didn't know, Ashley's mother is having some health problems, something going on with her heart. But she said, Mom, are you still with that boyfriend? If y'all remember, Ashley's mama was going through it with a man who was knocking her upside her head, drinking beer all day. The mom was working like a slave. At one point, I think they were homeless. Like, she's been through some things with this man. Well, she's still with him. He doesn't have a job. Her mother is working 12 hours a day, and Ashley is supplementing their lifestyle with Michael's money. That was one of the things that Michael said, Ashley, you gotta cut them off. You won't be paying anything for them with my money. Okay. So Ashley, I guess, was using her RHOP check to pay them, which is fine because I think Ashley makes a lot of money. Now, was she still on the show? I don't know. But Ashley makes a lot of money on RHOP. But she's basically letting her mother know, I don't think I'm going to get anything in this divorce settlement. And I fully expected to take care of you as my mother. Like when you know you're ready to retire, you can come here, but that man can't come here. Okay. And Ashley was in a very nice way saying, so mom, what are your plans? Does he have a job yet? Is there going to be a situation where he takes care of you? And that mama is in no better place in this season than she was when she was introduced to us. She basically said no. And then she said, we'll just have to see what happens, which says a lot. It's very sad that Mama Ashley is just not healthy enough to let that relationship go, because it sounds like it's a true disaster. And she's been threatened before. Ashley has threatened her before. Michael threatened her before when they were trying to pull her away from her boyfriend. We're going to cut you off if you don't leave this man. And she's never done it. So we shall see what happens next. It was interesting that Ashley brought this storyline back to the show. And we'll see if it gets to play out in season 10. Okay. But yeah, if y'all go back and listen to that episode closely, it was a very coded conversation. I'm giving y'all what I think they were trying to say to each other, which is Ashley saying, I can't take care of you because Michael's about to cut me off. And I can't take care of both of y'all because Michael's about to cut me off. So y'all talk to me, let me know what y'all think, and we're going to move on. Let's see. We are at the football social with Jazzy and her man Darius. She is throwing a party for him, and she wants all the girls to meet her football playing boyfriend. And I don't damn it blame her, okay? And everybody's supposed to come with their dates. And it looks like the only people who did not arrive with anyone was Giselle and Karen. And was there anyone else? I think Jacqueline. Those are the only people that did not show up with a date. Now, Jazzy's man is a big strapping, beautiful specimen of a man, okay, in regards to physique, clearly, okay? And she was clowning the hell out of Kiana's man and Mia's man. She was like, listen, I had no idea that these men were going to be this short. She really off camera said that, and I know Kiana's going to feel some kind of way. I know she is. And I almost felt like when she saw Jazzy's man walk through the door, she made a face like the way a woman would make a face when she has just a little bit of jealousy in her heart. I don't know. That's what it looked like to me. In fact, I felt like I got that from Karen too, like Karen watching everybody hold hands and be in love. I kind of felt like it bothered her a little bit. Plus the fact that she had to drink water. Like that was too much for her. Who else? Wendy made some jokes about TJ, saying that he does not look like he's sexually active at all. And in fact, everybody was making jokes about TJ. When they finally put a face to all of the stories, it was like, this is making sense in the worst way, especially Ashley. Ashley was like, well, what do y'all do for fun? And he said, well, yesterday we went to the zoo. Kid you not. He said, yesterday we went to the zoo. Ashley is in confessional talking about Mayday. What the hell? She said, Stacey, you in trouble, girl. Okay. Listen, everybody who was in the room with that man got a vibe. They got a vibe, and the vibe was saying there's a problem. There's a problem. I'm just saying it. We're watching from TV, but the people that were in the room, they caught something else. Okay. What else went down? Anything? That's pretty much it, y'all. Oh, there was a ponderosa. There was a ponderosa between Karen and Mia, because Mia wanted to get to the bottom of Karen calling her a pillhead, right? And she talked to her about it. Her and Karen went back and forth. Karen said, Mia, you go low. And when you go low, just know, she said, I'll apologize now. I did, I probably shouldn't have done that. I apologize. But if you do it, if you say something to me again, prepare for me to go at you again. Because I know that you go low. Like, to the balls low. They started talking about balls at this time. There was something weird that happened though here, because Karen said, you like balls. Mia said, I do like balls. I like to be up close and personal with balls. Don't you have a set of old balls? And I went, I know you ain't talking about somebody having old balls. Don't you have Gordon? Don't he have old balls? Child, anyway, it was dumb. They went back and forth with their little craziness. And now let's get to the scene of all scenes, which is Ink, Mia, and Gordon. Ciao. They're in this apartment building, and y'all know she has one floor, and then I guess Gordon is underneath her, and he can come up to her apartment whenever he chooses. She claims that he takes a service entrance and he can just walk in, but now the service entrance is locked, is what she said. So he has to knock on the door to get in. Some kind of way, with Bravo cameras filming, she was able to bring Gordon to her apartment where Ink is and where these kids are. And the kids are beautiful, 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 beautiful kids. They know who Ink is. The son went over and hugged Ink. We have this scene where he's trying to come to Ink and talk to him about something. Ink is kind of sitting there like this, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, what's up, boy, whatever he calls him, right? Not really being eager to jump in there as a daddy, even though he thinks that's his son. He is really, setting boundaries. But the child wanted to hug him, and he hugs him back. And it's like really just one of those scenes where you're just like, oh my God, like what is happening here? We are talking about what played out on Love and Marriage Huntsville. When I tell y'all, what happened on RHOP was probably the most realistic shit I've ever seen, okay? It just lets me know there's something wrong with Marquez over there on Love and Marriage Huntsville. But on this show, Gordon comes down, he sees Ink, he, says hello in front of the kids. The kids are happy to see him. They do their hugs. It looks like the scene might be cut a little bit because Mia and Gordon are alone. And Gordon says to Mia, I'm not going to help you promote this motherfucker, anybody else, okay? I don't agree with this relationship, and you are not going to use me, period. That's a normal conversation. Ink comes around the rear and he's like, did I miss something? He said, no, you didn't miss anything because this isn't about you. I'm talking to Mia. Again, all legitimate conversation, the shit you would say to somebody. Then Gordon, I guess, said, well, since you're here and you want to ask me fucking questions, he said, I don't agree with this relationship. I don't agree with what you guys got going on. I won't promote you. I don't want to film with you. I told the producers I would only film if those kids were in the room and I wanted to make things safe and comfortable for them. But the three of us filming and having a chit chat, absolutely motherfucking not. Okay. It'll never happen. And then he gets back on me and said, you were having an affair with this man, at least for whatever many years he gave out there. And then he tells Ink, did you know, or something about Mia having, getting pregnant and having to terminate that pregnancy. And he said, that was your baby. Now Ink throws up his hands and said, I don't know nothing about that. And he said, oh, you do. You're a liar. Okay. And then he said point blank, at least twice you carried on with my wife inside this marriage. You were having an affair. Now, I can't tell if Mia is embarrassed or not. She seems like she's putting her eyes down to the countertop, but it's hard to gauge Mia's embarrassment because I feel like so many things has happened to Mia in her life. She doesn't even know to be embarrassed sometimes. So she's just kind of looking down, and maybe she feels more hurt that Ink is in the room. Ink is handling it like a champ, though. He said, Gordon, you and I don't even have no problems. I don't really care about you. I'm here to support my lady, and you can just get the fuck over it because this relationship is over. I mean, you ain't got to worry about anything that happened in the past. This relationship is over. Gordon asked him, do you think Jeremiah is yours? And he said, absolutely. I do think Jeremiah is mine. Child. After that, Gordon said, I'm done. This conversation is motherfucking over. And he packs up his everything and starts walking out that door. The cameraman, if they tried to, they couldn't stop him. They just show a long shot of Gordon walking down the hallway. It is done. It is over. Kaput, kapow. Okay. But it was still a good scene. It was a good scene. Mia is there and she apologizes to Ink, who really, even though he has those glasses on, I swear to God, it looked like he was about to cry, like cry from anger. Like, I am pissed that you have put me on the screen to have this conversation. And that's when Mia says, can you give me a minute, to the camera people? Because that's how intense it was. She said, can I get a minute? Like, I can't film anymore. So they cut the scene off and then they pick it back up with the two of them talking. And not Gordon, excuse me, because he does look like a younger version of Gordon. Ink tells Mia, you don't owe this man anything. You don't owe him anything. I don't give two shits about what's going on with his mental health. I do care about you, though. You and me is the only thing that I'm worried about at this point in time. But he's basically saying this to her. I've been patient with you and allowing you to take care of him because you feel like you have some obligation to him, but you don't have an obligation to him. Whatever he's going through, whatever's going on with him, you need to let him finish it. You need to figure that out because I can't do it with you. Mia says, and she's kind of teary-eyed, well, I don't know because I kind of feel like I do have to help him with his mental health. To which Ink says nothing. He just goes stone-faced, but he's staring at her. And then he looks over at the camera like he's about to say, I'm out. And again, the scene gets cut. And then we have Mia saying, you're right. I choose me. I'm not going to do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. I deserve to be happy. So it's like in that moment, she's making the decision to cut Gordon off. Whatever she had promised to do, because she promised on that stage that she loved Gordon and that she would always take care of Gordon. But in that scene, she is taking her man Ink. Okay. So that's pretty much it. That's how the scene ended, child. It was a lot. But yeah, even though Mia has brought this tough ass life of hers to the show, there are people that go through it. I think that was really as honest of a moment that they could give us without all the cussing. Because according to Ink, he said, why was Gordon doing all that cussing and stuff in front of the kids? So they did cut some stuff out. Gordon probably flipped out. It looks like Gordon may have flipped out on them. But that's real life. That's real life. And typically, like I said, this is what you need: a big mama, a auntie for, somebody who can pull you by your collar and say, girl, you better stop bringing your new boyfriend around your current husband before some shit pops off. Because you never know what keeps people up at night. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what keeps people up at night. You don't know what their next plans are. You don't know that stuff. And you can think that he's fine if you want to. He's telling you he's not fine. He's verbally letting you know he's not fine. But anyway, that's it, y'all. Tell me what y'all thought about this episode and everything that went with it. Okay. And that's pretty much it. Hit my like button, you guys. Hit my like button, share the video. What else? Follow me on all my platforms at DYANAROZAY. I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me, and I will check you on the next one. Bye-bye.